absolutely perfect afternoon in downtown Reno. The sun is out as we get set for some soccer tonight at Greater Nevada Field. It'll be Reno 1868 playing host to the Tulsa Roughnecks. And hi, everybody. Welcome inside our broadcast booth. Brian Slusser filling in for Colin Tabor. I'm Alex Margulies. The Legends game finishing up just behind us, as many people have filed in here tonight. Should be a great one against Tulsa as we take a look at the key players of the match. And for the Roughnecks, Luca Lobo has been one of the best goal scorers in the league despite being a fullback.
Yeah, he's been a great asset for them. He comes up on the set plays, so Reno's really going to have to watch out for him on the set pieces.
Lobo, 7 goals on the year. 4 of them have come in the air on headers. On the other side, Brian Brown, he's got 5 goals for Reno 1868, improving once again to be one of the best strikers in the circuit.
Yeah, he's a tremendous forward. Hopefully he'll show some more creativity in this game and getting himself open. But he's a goal-scoring threat, and so they're going to have to watch out for him.
All right, should be a great one here tonight. 2 of the top teams in the Western Conference. Tulsa coming in second place. Reno at the start of this one tied for 5th. Coming up next, we'll have the starting lineups and kickoff. Reno 1868 and the Tulsa Roughnecks from Greater Nevada Field. Stay tuned for more on Nevada Sports Net. All right, just wrapped up the national anthem here inside Greater Nevada Field. Could not ask for better weather, and going to be the biggest crowd we have had all season as Reno 1868 tries to continue their climb in the Western Conference. A win here tonight, 3 points, would vault them into second place, and that's currently where Tulsa sits. They are tied for second, coming in with 4 wins, 3 losses, and a pair of draws. Brian, let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups. We'll begin with the Roughnecks, and they've been really tinkering with their lineups every week. A 5-4-1 thrown out by Michael Nissian, the manager of Tulsa. At the top is Janus Silva, 27-year-old from Portugal. He's got 3 goals. This is a Tulsa team that is tied for second in the circuit with 19 goals on the season. On the other side of the pitch for Reno 1868 and Ian Russell, a 4-4-2. Brian Brown joined by Corey Herzog. He makes his 120th career USL appearance, and that is the most on this Reno 1868 team. JT Marcinkowski, his 4th start of the season in goal, and a very veteran group for Reno, and Ian Russell, as we are just a few moments away from kickoff here tonight. Brian, when you look at a team that's coming out in a 5-4-1, we've mentioned Tulsa, they've come out in 4-3-2-1. We've seen them come out in a 4-4-2, 4-3-3. Why do you think of a 4-5 in this one here today?
They're trying to find themselves. Also, it looks like the league is having a real hard time away. None of the teams seem to be striving on the away games, so I think they're going to try to pick up a point here and do the best they can.
For Tulsa, they have actually never picked up a win over Reno. 1868 comes in the all-time series with 3 victories and a couple of draws as well, and we'll see if they can continue that streak here tonight. There's a look at the Tulsa Roughnecks coming in tonight in a road white uniform. And for Reno 1868 in the home blues as they huddle together. Captain Zach Carroll wearing the yellow armbands. Raul Mendiola getting back into the starting lineup along with Lindo Mafeka after Sergio Rivas started in place of Mafeka in the last home match a couple weeks ago against New Mexico. Reno's been good at home this year. They have been unbeaten. Couple of draws, couple of victories, and during their history in 3 seasons, 17 wins, 7 losses, and 10 draws here at Greater Nevada Field. Look down the bench at Ian Russell. During his tenure, 36 wins, 16 losses, and 22 draws. He has led this team to a couple of consecutive appearances in the USL playoffs. Last year got the first ever franchise win in the USL postseason as they were able to beat the Monarchs. And trying to build off of success in years 1 and 2. And this team, which had gotten off to really slow starts in the first 2 years, in much better position here in year 3, but should be a good challenge here tonight as the Tulsa Roughnecks come to town. The first meeting between these 2 teams during this 2019 season. You can hear the drums from the Los Unicos right below our broadcast vantage point. The Battle-Born Brigade is out in force. It's great to see Greater Nevada Field have such an atmosphere here tonight.
Yeah, finally some fans here to get riled up and bring some excitement to the team, and hopefully the team will respond to it.
Pass goes off the foot there of Duke Lacroix as a throw-in will come now for the Roughnecks. Too far there, and Emmerich Clementa will clear it out for Reno. Get updates and alerts all year long by following your club on ESPN.com. Search for Reno 1868 FC, then click the follow button to keep up with the latest news and scores. Plus, get reminders on Reno's next match. Go to ESPN.com now and click follow for your club. No whistle initially, and now a whistle will go against Tulsa. Emmer Clementa playing now in his 4th game with Reno 1868. One of several players on this team that has appeared in more than 100 USL matches. Able to pluck the veteran defender a couple of weeks ago. Clementa, a 28-year-old from Montenegro. A lot of time with Sacramento Republic, also some time with the LA Galaxy. Now here in downtown Reno as Seth Kasipli will go to the corner, and an early corner kick opportunity for the boys in blue. Headed by Brent Richards and out of play, and Mason Stidehar, the 21-year-old goalkeeper for the Roughnecks, will get set for a kickoff, making his 6th start of the season. Here's Herzog. Puts a blast in front of goal. Brown was there as well, and Stidehar with a diving stop.
Yeah, looks like we're getting some opportunities down that right-hand side. That was a good first look.
Herzog, 3 assists on the year. Still trying to find his first goal in a Reno uniform. The longtime USL forward. His best 2 seasons came with Pittsburgh in 2016 and 17, where he amassed a combined 27 goals. Bad turnover there by Reno and a chance for Tulsa.
Well, it was looking good. Looked like they were going to get a rhythm there and put something together.
Raul Mendiola sprinting back down the field, finds Brian Brown in the box. Brown with a right-footed strike, but too tall. And Reno very quickly able to flip the field there.
Yeah, I think Brown would like to have that one back. It was a great run, good opportunity.
Cyprian Hedrick, the captain of Tulsa, was in front of Brown. Reno, though, will get a corner kick here, as it looks like Hedrick just got a piece of that ball after it was struck by Brown. Mendiola gets it back into the box after the corner went long, aiming for Richards. Back to Duke Lacroix. Another chance for Reno as they continue to put a lot of pressure on goal. Brown that time trying to pull it with his left and pulled it wide of the net.
Yeah, and it looked like he had an option there on the left that he didn't use.
Reno, though, early, a lot of opportunities, despite the fact Tulsa having a lot of numbers back. Reno getting some quality looks.
Yeah, it looks like they're starting off strong, getting possession. They just need to get a better flow and going, get some rhythm. They definitely need to stretch them out some more. But it'll come. It looks like it's going to come. I think in the next 10 minutes we could see something from Reno here.
Here's Lindo Mafeka in the box, and Mafeka has his shot ricocheted out by Moses McKinday, who got back on defense. But again, Reno really in the opening 6.5 minutes really controlling the pace of this one.
It's kind of how I thought the game would go. Reno's a very good possession team, and Tulsa likes to play a little bit more direct.
Third quarter from Kisipli. Headed out of trouble that time by Milan Roberts. Another chance for Reno, but it goes right to Stidehar, who quickly tries to spring a counterattack, but his throw too long as he was trying to find Altamirano. Well, I think that's what you're going to see a lot of from Tulsa, sitting back and then carefully kind of trying to put together those counterattacks.
Yeah, and those long shots are going to become important because the more dangerous we are, or they get from further out, then it'll open up opportunities to get a little bit further inside. So you just need to keep taking those shots.
Match here tonight following a showdown of a couple rival Mexican clubs as Club America and Chivas de Guadalajara, the legends of both of those teams, squaring off in a match that started a few hours ago. And very big crowd for that one, and just about everybody and then some has stuck around for the nightcap here this evening. Good atmosphere for that match earlier.
Yeah, I don't think they'll be disappointed in this game either. Two of the top 5 teams going at it.
Inaugural Cinco de Mayo celebration here a day early. There was a mariachi band in between games. There are a lot of different special happenings throughout the stadium. We'll see some dancing horses at halftime of this one, so a lot of action here tonight in Reno.
Well, Reno's starting to move the ball around, but I think it's just got to be a little quicker in order to break them down. Right now it's just too slow.
Seth Sipley, appearing in his 9th game of the year, started every match so far for Ian Russell, one of the mainstays back for his 3rd year. Trying to find some space for Richards, who sprints up and able to keep it in. Richards centers, looking for Brown, and it's broken up.
That was great from Richards not to give up on that. Didn't look like he was going to win it, and then he came up with it.
Carroll looking to find Brown there and couldn't link up with him as Steinahar will go pounce on it just outside of the box. Pretty amazing story for Steinahar. He's only 21 years old, and last year he was able to beat a very rare form of bone cancer called Ewing sarcoma at his final treatment in June of 2018. Great to see him in a Tulsa uniform. He's a guy that was signed to a homegrown contract by Orlando City in 2015. He's been loaned a couple years since to a couple of USL clubs, but never had an opportunity to play. And then the cancer struck. That knocked him out, and then finally able to kick it last year. And he is now in his 6th game with Tulsa this season. Reno trying to assemble something here in the 11th minute. Here's Duke Lacroix. Reno earns yet another corner as they will go to the opposite side now.
And this is where Duke Lacroix is just so dangerous, coming out of the back. As long as he keeps doing that, Reno will have a great night.
Another opportunity for Sipley. Over the hand of Steinahar. Richards was there behind, but just out of his reach as Clementa trying to keep it in play now. Clementa working against 2 defenders, and it's poked away. Richards there to help. Silva able to clear. Reno doing a great job early, possessing 64%. They've had now 4 corner kicks, as they have put a lot of pressure on this Tulsa defense. This is a defensive unit that has been very susceptible this year. They have allowed 15 goals. That's tied for the 6th most in the circuit. They've been a very good offensive team, but not a great defensive team here early. On the flip side, Reno has been kind of middle on both sides. 13 goals scored, 12 allowed in their first 8 matches of the year. And a throw-in will come now for Moses McKinday. And all the way back to JT Marcinkowski. 28th career start in goal here with Reno 1868. Marcinkowski also got his first MLS time last year with San Jose. Herzog putting pressure as Stidehar clears it back towards midfield. Mendiola tripped up from behind. That's going to be a whistle. So a set piece opportunity for Reno here into the 14th minute. And Linda Mafeka will just put it back into play. Kisipli into the box. Headed out by Hedrick. Now it's Duke Lacroix. Over to Mendiola. Mafeka takes a crack at it. Silva got in the way of it.
Yeah, it would have been nice there. Just taking a little bit more time, be a little more patient. You had him boxed in. Just needed to move the ball and find that perfect opportunity there.
Be sure to tune in on Wednesday, May 8th at 5 o'clock Pacific time for the ESPN USL Championship Game of the Week on ESPN2. It'll showcase the Tampa Bay Rowdies traveling to the Music City to take on Nashville SC in a contest featuring 2 playoff hopefuls. It's the week's best match on the Game of the Week, May 8th at 5 o'clock on ESPN2. Here's a chance for Lindo Mafeka. Had a chance to take a crack at goal. Instead, he tried to set it up for Herzog, and it was broken up. But Mafeka was all by himself in front of Mason Stidehar.
You get the feeling, Alex, that a goal's going to come here soon.
Reno's been pressing from the opening minute.
Yeah, they've pretty much had the ball on Tulsa's side of the field this first 15.
DaCosta trying to lead one in there for AJ Agiaqua. Tulsa with the takeaway in a dangerous spot in the field.
Well, this is better from Reno, just being patient, trying to draw him out. They know they're trying to just sit in there. Got caught off sides there, but that looked a lot better.
Stidehar will blast it down the field. Mafeka trying to quickly get it over to Brown. Herzog putting pressure, and Milan Roberts will head it back towards goal. If you're Tulsa, what do you do to try and get Reno out of their half? Because right now, I mean, the possession has been dramatic for Reno 1868, and a lot of dangerous chances here early.
Well, Tulsa needs to actually start passing the ball a little bit more. They're just really predictable, and Reno's done a great job of, cutting out the counterattack by trying to win the ball back as soon as they lose it, and that's worked out for them, and it's really stifled this Tulsa attack.
Here comes Duke Lacroix. Centers for Herzog, who tries to combine, and another chance for Reno, just barely missed. See, the ball probably went past the end line before it was centered. But again, you can see that burst of speed from Duke Lacroix. It really is kind of a game changer.
Yeah, and I tend to think he's one of the better outside fullbacks in the league. He's really good at getting forward. He's dangerous when he's there, and he tends to find somebody once he's got his head up.
Guy that was a forward with Orange County before he got here with Reno, and Ian Russell wanted to put him at fullback, and he has been fantastic in Ian Russell's system. Russell loves to send his fullbacks forward. Trying to find Brown, but he's called offsides as he had 2 men beat. And Steinehar will take his time. As now it'll be Hedrick to put it back into play. 124 career appearances in the USL for Hedrick. Wears that captain's armband. Most experienced player on this Tulsa team. It is a very interesting group for the Roughnecks. A big overhaul this past offseason. Got players from all over the world, including Cameroon, which is Hedrick's home country, Sierra Leone, which is where Roberts is from. A couple players from Brazil as well. Marcinkowski will leap up and keep that one away from Altamirano, who is from Honduras. But not a lot of guys that have spent time in the USL. Many players on this Tulsa roster in their first season of USL soccer. Carroll had to step up and poke that one in. Not out of trouble yet, though. Now Kisipli gets his head on it. And unable to keep that one in. And that will be a corner kick now for the Roughnecks, who have gotten one of their best chances down the field.
Yeah, and this is where they'll have to watch out for Lobo coming up. This is where he's been his strongest.
Mentioned before, Lobo, he's got 7 goals on the year. 4 of them have come on headers. Watch out for number 12, Luca Lobo. The corner kick will come from Rodrigo da Costa, who is tied for first in the USL. He's got 6 assists. It's been a dangerous combination of da Costa and Lobo. Reno clears as Manny Gonzalez will watch that one go out of play.
Yeah, Costa's been a little silent in this game. Previous games, he's quite the playmaker and gets things going, but he's got off to a slow start tonight.
Into the 22nd minute, still 0-0 here in downtown Reno, the first matchup of the season between 1868 and the Roughnecks. Marcinkowski beating Janu Silva to the ball. Once again, Reno patient before proceeding. Over to Lindo Mafeka. Richards over to Kisipli. Looking at center there for Herzog, and broken up as Mafeka comes racing in from behind. Richards again looking for Herzog. You can see him there. Actually, that's Mendiola. Carroll steps in again. Reno doing a great job of controlling the midfield.
Yeah, and Tulsa's given them plenty of room to go around the outsides. We need to take advantage of that.
It seems like every time Reno loses possession, they're right there to take it back.
That's one thing I love about this team is as soon as they lose it, they're right back on it. They want that ball back as soon as they lose it.
Carroll surveys, then goes to the corner for Raul Mendiola. Can't quite get to it, or the throw-in coming now for Tulsa. Mendiola, the former Las Vegas Lights forward. First season here with Ian Russell. He scored 10 goals in 22 games last year. Still in search of his first goal with Reno. Janu Silva loses it, and Kisipli will get it back to Marcinkowski.
Right now, Tulsa's just got nobody up front that wants to hold the ball and so that numbers can get up. And until that happens, they're really going to struggle.
They're pretty much going all in on counterattacks at this point.
Yeah, and barely that. It looks like it's just mostly defense.
Club that comes in 4 wins, 3 losses, and 2 draws. 14 points. Came in tied for second. Reno at the start of this one. 3 wins, 2 draws, or 2 losses, 3 draws in a tie for 5th with 12 points. As you'd expect early in the year, a lot of teams are stacked very close together. Reno certainly hoping to take away 3 here this evening, which would vault them up into a second place position. Are you surprised with the fact that Tulsa does have basically 9 guys sitting back, if not all 10, and yet Reno still has had this many opportunities against a team that is sitting back like this?
I'm really surprised they're really sitting back like this. I mean, they know Reno's a good possession team and has done well. Maybe they're worried about the altitude. I can't understand why they'd sit back so much, because you're just inviting the other team to come in and score on you at that point. So they really need to do something to change it up, get their forwards connected.
Well, that's something we've seen over the years. Teams will come into Greater Nevada Field with this mindset of sitting back and trying to counterattack, and it really has burned them when Reno is playing like they are today, where they're able to move it around quickly and link up and hold possession. Oftentimes that has backfired for teams that have tried that strategy here in Reno, especially as you kind of go into the middle into the second half of matches.
Yeah, we'll see what they come up with at halftime. Hopefully they'll make some changes here and get a little bit more offense going. If not, what this game could really need is Reno getting a goal that'll force them to have to come out and play.
Here's Adai. Jeff Adai gets it back to McKinday.
Reno's doing a really good job closing down the middle. They're not leaving any passing lanes up to the midfielders and the forwards. Really giving them only options right, left, and back.
Putting a lot of pressure, too, where if Tulsa makes any kind of mistake, Reno's in position to make them pay. Tulsa, though, able to get into the box. Ajakwa has his pass go too strong, and it goes over to Seth Kisipli.
That's a great ball.
Lacroix in a foot race with Stadahar, who's racing to get back into position by goal. Mendiola was tripped up and is pretty upset about that one. You can see the contact just after the very end. You can see the arm of Stadahar pushing down Mendiola. Well, he got away with one there. Throw-in coming from Lacroix. Carroll swings it around to Richards. Into the box and in for Corey Herzog. But wait a second. They're going to wave it off. They're going to say that Herzog was offsides, denying him of what would have been his first goal with Reno.
What a great ball by Richards, though, and a good finish. Unfortunately, he's offsides. But they're leaving that right side open for Reno all day, and I think Richards is going to have a fun game today if they continue to do that.
Richards quickly gets it back down the field. Herzog is putting pressure again. Throw-in will come from Brian Brown as Reno tries to send some numbers forward. Throw-in goes to Mafeka. Now they'll cross it to the other side, looking for Clementa. Back over to Richards. Richards with space. Into Herzog, and he buries it. Not denied this time, Corey Herzog. His first goal in Reno. And 1868 strikes first. It is 1-0.
Another great ball by Richards, and then an excellent one-time finish. And once again, they're giving that right side up. They're just letting Reno have it, and they took advantage, and Tulsa paid for sitting back on defense, like we were just talking about.
McKinday got his foot on it, but it went right to Brown, who was able to deflect it into the feet of Herzog, and a little bit of justice there maybe for Corey Herzog, who was so disappointed moments ago. He thought he had his first goal of the year, and it would come moments later as the 28-year-old from Pennsylvania finds the back of the net here in the 29th minute.
Well, now we'll see what Tulsa does, because they can't just sit back now. They kind of have to go after the game. Unfortunately, Reno's done a great job of keeping the ball, so they could be chasing this game.
Brian Brown picks up his third assist of the year and the 12th of his Reno 1868 career, as Clementa and Seymour do well to prevent an attack from Tulsa there.
Well, now Reno can really open them up, passing the ball around, open up spaces, and just find those holes again. Maybe find this right side and get another great cross from Richards.
Carroll finds Brown. Into Herzog. Now Mendiola. And Mendiola takes a crack at it with his right foot, and too strong. But you see almost every time Reno now kind of positioning themselves in the middle of the field and doing so well to find space on one side or the other. And if Tulsa gives up any kind of room, Reno seems to really be exploiting it.
Yeah, it took them a while to get warmed up, but they're stringing passes together. The rhythm's there now. Of course, the blood's in the water. You can see they feel it. So I wouldn't be surprised if a second one doesn't come here pretty soon.
Richards bowled over. That's going to be a whistle against Tulsa, as that one goes against Ajayqua.
Well, this is a great position to be in for Reno, being a possession team. Now they can hold the ball, make the other team run, chase. And still Tulsa's not chasing the ball. I mean, they could pass around the back for 5-10 minutes if they wanted to, it looks like.
Good movement here as Mendiola had it stripped away just outside the box. Now Lacroix, left foot, and Duke Lacroix putting a strong attempt on goal there, as the assault just will not stop on Mason Stidehar. You can see the frustration on his face. He has been active from the very start of this match tonight.
With the way things are going, I bet you Ian would love to have a second goal before going into the half.
Well, I think Reno has realized over the years, this season especially, that no lead is safe. They were up 3-0 on Oklahoma City. They were up 2-0 on Orange County, and saw both of those matches end in a draw. Reno giving up 4 valuable points. Had that not happened to 1868, I mean, you're talking about a team that is comfortably in first place, and that's really the quality of soccer that Reno has played. But unfortunately, those draws have dropped them down in the standings. But as I mentioned before, Reno in much better position here in year 3 than they had been in years 1 and 2. They got off to such a slow start and had to put it together in the middle of the year and fight to get into the postseason. But this is a team that really is seeing kind of the fruits of a lot of time together. Now, that's what I see of this club, is there's up and down this lineup. You see the chemistry and the fluidity because these guys have played so much soccer together now.
Yeah, and that goes across the league. You know, the teams that get to keep their players a little bit longer, you can tell they have a nice gel and a nice camaraderie that goes with their team. And Reno has that. Look, and fortunate to have players that have stuck around and built this club and made it what it is.
Herzog not willing to give up on that one as he was trying to keep it in from the corner as Luca Lobo was there to escort.
Yeah, just the mindset of this team that Ian has given them as far as just not quitting on anything. We saw Richards earlier down the right, not quitting on a ball it didn't look like he could get to, and next thing you know, he's got it. So really like what Ian's done.
Well, he's brought such a fun brand of soccer to watch. I mean, whether Reno wins, loses, or draws, every time they take the pitch, they're there to play just a really exciting brand of soccer.
Agreed. I've enjoyed watching them play. And really love the game against New Mexico. I mean, that was such a fight, and they got into it. They scrapped, got a little chippy when they needed to, made sure New Mexico wasn't getting free time on the ball like they were in the first half. And they've done that to Tulsa here. And of course, against a team like New Mexico, it worked for Reno in that game. So I was pretty much planning on this game being about the way it's looking.
Tulsa's setting some numbers forward now.
That's what they needed to do.
McKinday looking to center in front of Marcinkowski, and Tulsa finds the equalizer as Janu Silva has tied the game at 1.
Yeah, just got sloppy, lost concentration. And like you were saying, finally Tulsa moved some players up the field, and they got some players that they can do some things with. But sitting back and defending, we can see wasn't helping their cause at all.
Silva, his 4th goal of the year, as McKinday gets his first assist, and in less than 10 minutes, Tulsa is able to knot the score at a goal apiece. You can really tell Reno frustrated with that one, as we will reset back to an even score now as we move into the final 8 or so minutes of the first half in regulation.
Well, like you were saying, that's what Reno has struggled with this season. They get up and then they get complacent and they give up a goal.
Here's Lindo Mafeka finding Mendiola. Over to Brian Brown. Brown with a lot of defenders in his way. He was guarded up one-on-one by McKinday, but then there were 3 others just waiting if Brown were able to turn the corner. Not a whole lot to do there, and Stadhar back into the goal will sent his players forward.
Yeah, McKinday did well there to hold him up, not stab, just stand him up.
Back to Roberts. Reno trying to take it away from Ajayqua, but Tulsa keeping possession. Back to Jeff Adai. Tulsa being a little more offensive minded now that they have gotten their first goal. Good hold-up play there from Brown as Reno able to hold on to possession, but then a little back and forth.
Yeah, Reno's kind of gotten out of their...
And Herzog once again offsides as he was in front of goal with Stadahar.
Yeah, it looks like Reno just kind of lost their rhythm. They're not knocking it around anymore. Tulsa's starting to get forward now a little bit. And now I think we got ourselves a game.
Things have loosened up here in downtown Reno as we go into the final 5 minutes of regulation. Reno got a goal from Corey Herzog, his first of the year in the 29th minute. And Janu Silva in the 36th able to find back of the net to make it 1-1. Want to know who's up, who's down, where does your club sit? Find out every Monday in the official USL Championship Power Rankings, only on USLChampionship.com. With Brian Slusser, I'm Alex Margulies here tonight inside Greater Nevada Field. Brian filling in for Colin Tabor. Very involved in the youth circuit here in the area. And we were talking before the broadcast, you've really seen a big surge in participation when it comes to soccer. Even within the last couple of years, it's been a big connoisseur over the last decade, but you were telling me even within just the last 12, 24 months that you've seen a kind of a big shift.
Yeah, I've seen some excitement in the community. Parents are becoming more involved, more knowledgeable about the game. Of course, having a place where the kids can come watch quality soccer just only improves the sport. And yeah, so I've seen a lot of good things happen over the last year.
What do you think having professional soccer has done to impact the youth game in the area?
It gives the kids a dream, especially here in Reno. We don't have a men's program at UNR. This provides that place where a kid can go, I want to do that. I want to be like them. I want to play here, and it gives them that attitude and that excitement. And I think that's what's going to help the players in this area get better. It's just getting to see these guys. They come out, they're working with some of the clubs around town, just building a relationship with the community. And every time they do that, there's just building friends and families that are going to come to this arena and keep supporting them.
Year number 3 for Reno 1868, and it has been a lot of fun to see this team and the growth of the fan base in Northern Nevada. And what a great display here tonight with the largest crowd of the season. Several thousand fans have made this an all-day affair, with the Legends game before between Club America and Chivas de la Guadalajara, and now with this USL Championship matchup. Duke Lacroix there to cut off an opportunity from Tulsa, but they've got themselves a corner.
Yeah, they're starting to get a little bit more possession of the game. Well, the last thing you want to do is give up a goal here at the final minutes of the half.
Very dangerous attempt there from Tulsa as that one just went wide. And Tulsa wants that one back. Brian Brown trying to stay on sides. A couple defenders to beat. Finds Mendiola.
That was a good effort by Mendiola to try to get through there, maybe earn a foul. It looks like Brown's trying to come out on this right a little more and find some room.
Mendiola making a move here in stoppage time. Over to Mafeka. Lindo finds Herzog. And Reno's back in front again as Corey Herzog has his second goal of the night.
Great ball by Mendiola, and then another great pass to get it into Herzog for that to finish it off. Beautiful.
What a great combination. Lindo Mafeka on the assist as he will pick up his first of the year, and Herzog having a big night here in Reno. And this is the kind of goal-scoring potential that Ian Russell thought he could get out of Herzog, one of the big goal-scoring veterans in the USL, and he has had a big impact on tonight's game.
And once again, that goal came from the right side. That right side's been weak for Tulsa, and Reno's really been taking advantage of that.
And there's the halftime whistle as Reno 1868 will take the lead going into the break. A 2-1 advantage as Corey Herzog, after some great work by Mendiola and Mafeka, is able to bury. And now we'll see if Reno can hold on as they will try and pick up 3 very valuable points that could vault them into the top 2 in the Western Conference. As the guys head off into the locker room, we will send it down to Nevada Sportsnet's Julian Delgadio, who is with head coach Ian Russell.
Dominate time of possession in the first half. You guys just get that second goal from Corey Herzog. How do you keep Tulsa at bay?
We just got to keep on moving the ball. We're doing a good job of playing and moving, finding the wide players. We're overloading that side because they don't have they've actually tucked the guy inside, so we can get a 2v1 over there and keep on doing it.
What's going to be your message to the team at halftime?
Just keep playing, move the ball. We got a lot of footballers on the field. We've got pace up front. Just keep moving the ball.
Is this what you expected from Corey Herzog? I know it's taken a couple of games here at home, but his scoring ability definitely coming out tonight.
I mean, the guy scores goals. It's taken a while, but good to see him get 2 in the first half.
So best of luck in the second half. Thanks, Coach. Back to you guys.
All right, Ian Russell with Julian Delgadio, and you were talking about it, kind of moving that ball around, and we saw a clear advantage for Reno on the right side of the field, and they really exploited it a bunch in that first half.
Yeah, it looks like Ian sees it too, and if they're going to give it to you, why not just keep taking it? We're going to keep going there until you stop us, and then once you do that, change to something else. But I think what Ian will probably say in the halftime is not just move the ball, but let's move it with some pace, move it a little quicker, make our runs a little quicker, and they'll really put it to Tulsa if they can do that. But Tulsa did come back at the end of the second half after I guess the goal woke them up and got them scared and got them out there playing. So they came back, got a goal, but Reno has got that fight, which we love, and they got one back.
All right, we'll see what the second half brings as Reno heads into the locker room on top 2-1. We will take a break, come back with more from Greater Nevada Field. You're watching United Soccer League action on Nevada Sportsnet.
All right. I didn't think Tulsa would sit that much.
Yeah. Well, I guess when they got 5-4-1, it's like that's all they're going to do. But I guess maybe since they've given up so many goals this year, I don't know. Like, they figure if they sit back more and like defend.
Yeah, he's just not sure where his team's at, and he's just trying to build out of the box.
Now Morton's coming up, it's headed and in.
Not it back in, Sandoval is there, so is Hamilton, loose in front, it's Brainer! What a hit! New Mexico equalizes in the dying moments, it's It's a hat trick for Freighter. Unbelievable at the lab.
Juan Pablo Capa with a direct free kick. Chips it. A goal! The equalizer for the captain.
Lomas in. Lomas! And how about North Carolina FC? Lomas with his 6th goal of the season.
Back to the goal scorer. Barnby will try again. And another.
That is absolutely world class. That is much harder than it looks to do.
Didi Traore. Oh my goodness, what a run. Didi Traore crosses. Didi Traore! It is a work of magnificence.
Hey soccer fans, I'm Courtney Hudson with Reno 1868 FC, and this is your look around the league. As we close out week 9 of the regular season, here's a look at the top 10 teams in the Western Conference. Leading the conference is Portland Timbers 2 with 15 points, and Tulsa Roughnecks and New Mexico United trying to close that gap and following close behind with 14 points. Earlier this week in the Western Conference, LA Galaxy 2 in Las Vegas ended in a 0-0 draw, and Rio Grande Valley defeated Portland Timbers 2, 2-1. We're going to take a look at some of the top storylines of this week. New Mexico's goalkeeper Cody Mizell has earned the USL Championship Fans' Choice Save for his full stretch save against Portland Timbers 2 last week. Mizell is the current league leader with 29 saves on the season. USL Championship action returns this weekend with 15 exciting games with some must-watch action in the Western Conference. Tomorrow night, New Mexico United will host San Antonio FC as New Mexico looks to jump ahead of Portland in the Western Conference standings. As April comes to a close, the second month of the season brought standout performers across the league. You can head to the USL Championship website to cast in your vote for Player of the Month. That's your look around the league for this week. Enjoy the second half of the game here at Greater Nevada Field.
Howdy. I'm so not. Huh? I walked away right when they scored that second goal. Oh, really? I started walking towards you. Got the first one though. Did you see one? Pretty much.
Yeah, one's good.
Yeah, just do that shot. That was a beautiful goal though. Way better than the first one.
Nevada's down 6-1 in the night.
So tomorrow might be a picture. They're not a good time. I'll be back.
Okay, perfect. Players coming back out onto the field as we are a couple minutes away from the start of second half action as Reno 1868 looks to pick up another victory here at home and a chance to vault into second place in the USL Western Conference if they can finish off the Tulsa Roughnecks. With Brian Slusser, I'm Alex Margulies. And Brian, let's take a look at these first half highlights. It was an assault really the entire first half from Reno, and they finally got it in the 29th minute as Corey Herzog buried one to the back of the net just moments after he was called offsides for a previous goal.
Yeah, once again, Richards just killing them there on the right side. Every time Reno switched the ball over to the right, they've had options to score or opportunities to at least get crosses into the box. And Herzog finally got two of them, but maybe could have had three if he just hold his run just a little bit more. But Reno's done a great job of holding possession. They did have a moment there where they slipped up and gave that last goal to Tulsa.
And Silva was able to equalize in the 36th minute, and then right before halftime in stoppage time, a great link up as Mendiola went streaking down the right side, found Lindo Mafeka, who served it in perfectly for Herzog, who all he had to do was get his foot on it. And big first half for Corey Herzog. 2 goals as he appears in his 120th USL match. And really has done well. And we'll see if Reno, as they come back down to the field, can hang on to this one. Came in 3-2-3. Tulsa 4 wins, 3 losses, and 2 draws. We saw Tulsa come out with a 5-4-1 in the first half, and they were very passive until Reno got that goal in the 30th minute. What do you expect from the Roughnecks here in the second half as they have to now try and play from behind?
Well, I imagine they'll hopefully push one more forward up there to help their lone forward, maybe go into a 4-4-2. But, I mean, with 45 minutes, they can't sit back and just allow Reno to pass the ball around. So they're going to have to come out and defend and chase. But they came out and got a goal, so Reno really needs to be on guard and make sure they're not giving up sloppy plays and sloppy goals.
Reno's been in this position a bunch. Mentioned they had a 3-0 lead on Oklahoma City, a 2-0 lead on OC, Orange County, and in both of those matches, it ended in a draw. How does Reno avoid that fate here tonight?
They've got the lead. There's no reason to send too many people forward. If the opportunity's there, they should take it. But if not, they don't need to get carried away. They don't need to leave themselves vulnerable for a quick counterattack.
A bustling atmosphere here tonight inside Greater Nevada Field, the inaugural Cinco de Mayo celebration. There were mariachi bands, there have been dancers, horses prancing around, and a huge crowd has shown up on a picture-perfect night here in northern Nevada as Reno will put it back into play. And here we go in the second half of action in this USL Championship showdown between Reno and Tulsa, the first matchup of the season between these two squads. I mentioned towards the beginning of the broadcast, Reno has never been defeated by Tulsa. They have picked up a couple of wins and a couple of draws in the history over the last couple of years. And very early, Reno once again deep into Tulsa's half as a whistle comes after a throw-in by Richards. He was looking to find Herzog there. Back to Mason Steidehar in goal. He has now given up 11 goals in now his 6th match of the year. Tulsa trying to be a little more defensive minded in this one with a 5-4-1. After 15 goals allowed in their first 8 matches of the year. Early in the second half, though, sending some numbers forward as Reno able to get it out of harm's way, but now stolen back away by Altamiro. Ajekwa taking a crack at goal, and that one was too strong.
Yeah, he was feeling a little ambitious there. Didn't get his feet set up.
Whistle comes at midfield as Reno was looking to advance, and they'll keep possession. Mafeka wanted to quickly put it back into play, but a whistle comes again. Izmir Pekmik, our head referee tonight, being assisted by Andrew Hanks and Justin Fillmore, and Saul Espinosa, our fourth official. Just simply trying to sneak one in there for Mafeka, and they will get it out of harm's way back to the keeper, and we'll try and spring a counterattack, looking to find Janu Silva all the way back to JT Marcinkowski. Here's Brent Richards.
That's better. They don't need to force it. It's great. Find this left side.
Lacroix over to Kasipli. Kasipli into the box, and Steidehar will get in front of Brian Brown. Quick throw down to the other side of the field, finds DaCosta, and Clementa pokes it away. Jaquan on the throw-in. And Tulsa gave that one back away, and now Marcinkowski will have some time to take.
Well, it looks like Tulsa's going to press a little higher up the field now and not make it so easy for Reno.
Tulsa able to take it away deep in Reno's half. Altamirano keeps it in. McKinday, a little shove there in the box, no whistle. Over to Jaquan, back into the box, and it's cleared away temporarily, but out to Gonzalez. Reno able to get it back. They find Brian Brown, and Brown tackled at midfield, with possession favoring Reno.
It looks like Reno's just trying to find themselves now that Tulsa's pressing a little higher, not just letting them have it. The line of confrontation is up.
Richards with a giveaway there. Stolen back by Kasipli. Kasipli makes a run at it. It's ricocheted away, and diving was Steidehar as Seth Kasipli trying to take a crack at it from outside of the box and nearly put that one in.
And Brown looked a little frustrated that he didn't get the ball out there on the left side. He wanted it.
Seth Kasipli in the corner now into the 52nd minute. Richards leaping up in the air, couldn't quite connect. Seymour steps up, keeps it for Reno. Over to Brian Brown. And Brown has it stripped away from his feet. off of Herzog, and a throw-in coming now for Tulsa. Tulsa doing a much better job possessing here in the second half in the opening 5 or 6 minutes. No whistle on contact there from Seymour as Brown scampers away towards midfield.
Good tackle from Seymour there in the open field.
Here's Lindo. Finding Lacroix with some space. Lacroix's got Mendiola on his right, but he couldn't get around a defender. And Tulsa once again pushing back forward. Here's DaCosta.
Well, that's what you want from Lacroix. You want him taking people on out there and trying to get around. Unfortunately, it just didn't work out that time.
Tulsa trying to flip the field, but an errant pass, and Reno with a throw-in here now for Richards. Swinging around to Kasipli. Mendiola trying to feed Richards. And sliding in his way, McKinday. Richards gets it away from him, and now they'll say that it went out. And a corner kick coming for Reno as Lindo Mafeka will head down there. Reno sending all but 3 into the box.
We'll see if we can get a good service into the box here.
Headed away by Silva. Seymour trying to drive one in there, and now a whistle comes at midfield, and Manny Gonzalez is going to get a yellow card.
Yeah.
And now is shoved down to the ground. Things are really escalating here at midfield. And let's see what comes out of this.
Yeah, it looks like we got, I had one card shown. It looks like could be a second.
And Manny Gonzalez is hot right now. You can see Gonzalez fired up, got kind of touched from behind, and then Herzog was just shoved down to the ground by Gonzalez. So things really heating up between Reno and Tulsa here in the second half. As Izmir Pekmik, the head referee, will have to keep a close eye on this one. But for now, it looks like just the one yellow for Manny Gonzalez as Seth Kasipli will go put it back into play now. Mafeka to Richards. Tulsa clears.
Well, the ref's done a pretty good job this game. Haven't really had any problems with any of the calls that he's made.
Mendiola can't hang on to it. Herzog putting pressure. Tulsa clears it out to Silva. Silva with a goal in the 36th minute, assisted by McKinday. He's got 4 on the year. Clementa popping in to send it back to midfield, and now Reno with possession will go back to goal. Here's Mendiola. Right-footed crack at it, and Steinahar is there to catch it mid-chest.
That was great from Reno, moving the ball around. Tulsa's making it a lot harder for him now by pushing those other forwards up and pressing up a little bit higher. But Reno's doing a good job of finding those holes and getting some chances. Not a lot of off the ball movement for Tulsa right now, so that midfield needs to move a bit more, find those holes if they're going to start breaking down Reno.
Richards intervenes. Mendiola up to Herzog. Also trying to find some space here. Altamirano. Also trying to carefully put something together now. Neither team has made a substitution as we get about 15 minutes in. No offsides there, and an equalizer comes for Tulsa as Rodrigo da Costa got in behind Reno's defense, and we are tied up at 2. Rodrigo da Costa with his 4th goal this season. And Tulsa once again able to come back and not up the score. Now it's 2-2.
Well, and that's where Tulsa's been dangerous this season, is their direct play. Reno should have been ready for that. But there, we had Tulsa had a nice couple minutes there, just holding the ball, moving it around. We haven't seen that from them all game. And they come away with the reward of a goal.
So we've seen Tulsa sit back. We've seen Tulsa get more aggressive, and now we'll see how they want to play it now that they've evened up the score again at 2.
And Reno really needs to get back to moving the ball a lot quicker. Everything's been slow and not like they were playing in the middle of the first half. They need to get back to that.
Here's Mendiola. Mendiola trying to find some space. Able to get Brown, but he couldn't keep it in front of him. Lacroix racing back to get in position in front of DaCosta, trying to prevent a counterattack. Reno's swarming, but Tulsa able to hang on to it. Richards trying to find Mendiola again, and it goes back to goal with Steinahar. Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship in many of the finest leagues in the world. Since 1947, Select has been a leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. For the latest products and special offers, please visit selectsportamerica.com. Alongside Brian Slusser, filling in for Colin Tabor, I'm Alex Margulies. 63rd minute, and we are tied up 2 goals apiece between 2 of the top 5 teams in the Western Conference. Looking to get it in there that time for a Jaquan, but Reno able to cut it off. Stolen back by Altamirano. Carroll steps in front of Silva.
Yeah, Giuseppe tried to play that square ball, and that was a dangerous ball to play. Luckily, it didn't start a counterattack.
Mafeka surveys the defense, goes wide for Clementa. Over to Lacroix.
There's that right side again, but we're just not finding it fast enough. By the time it gets over there, Tulsa's now getting in position.
Richard serves it into the box, popped into the air. Giuseppe fighting with a Jaquan, gets it away from a Jaquan. Back to Giuseppe. Richards again with space on the right side. Giuseppe.
Yeah, they just need to be patient here, not lose it, keep the ball.
Richards into the box and had 2 men. Not a bad try there from Reno.
No, that's much better. That's what we want to see. Being patient, finding the open players, and looking for that dangerous ball in when it's on.
Tulsa putting something together. And Silva elected across the field. He was trying to find Altamirano. And Reno able to get that one out of harm's way. Here comes Brian Brown.
Well taken.
Brown taken down. The ref had his back to Brown, though. No whistle came.
It was a great ball forward. Great touch by Brown.
And now there is a whistle as Giuseppe is kicked to the grounds. And a set piece opportunity here for Reno as we move about halfway through this second half.
Yeah, just catching him on the ankle there.
Seth Giuseppe on the ball.
That was a good ball in, dangerous. It's one of the better balls he's played in tonight.
So a corner kick now for Lindo Mafeka. This will be the 7th corner kick for Reno tonight. Befeka serves it in, headed just wide by Emra Clementa, as Reno that close to retaking the lead.
What a great effort by Clementa there.
Reno got the game's first goal in this one, a 29th minute finish by Corey Herzog. Tulsa equaled up at the 36th minute by Janu Silva. Reno was able to go back in front in stoppage time as Herzog found his second goal of the night. And then Rodrigo da Costa in the 60th minute tied it up at 2.
There we go. Moving it a little quicker. Tulsa's doing a lot better job of not letting Reno go down that right-hand side now. They're not just giving it up freely like they were in the first half.
Richards on the throw-in. Gets behind the defense, and Mendiola took a crack at it, but too strong. Here's Mendiola. 3 defenders to get past, trying to get it over to Brown. And Brown can't keep it in. Good run there from Mendiola, but he ran into a wall of defense from the Roughnecks.
Yeah, ran into a wall and seemed to run out of ideas as well. It'd be nice to see Mafika and Seymour get on and off the ball a little bit more, be more available, get that ball moving left to right, up and down.
Seymour trying to send one down there for Herzog, too much, and a chance for Steinhar now to send some of his shirts forward. You can see the Battleborn Brigade, they are bringing it tonight, as well as the Los Unicos. Three supporters groups here at Greater Nevada this year. Also the Douglas Alley Renegades, who are out behind the fence in right fields.
Good ball down the wing.
Over to Corey Herzog. Mafeka to Mendiola. And a whistle goes against Reno.
That was a nice movement there.
Contact to the box that time from Kisipli to draw the whistle. Fans follow Reno 1868 and the rest of the USL Championship all season long on ESPN+. Home to the USL, MLS, UFC, and more. Join the over 2 million sports fans who have already discovered ESPN+. Watch the championship live every week. Sign up today, ESPNplus.com. Duke Lacroix trying to get it out of harm's way. Kisipli out to midfield for Brown. Kisipli crosses it for Mafeka. Some space again for Reno on the right side. And Mafeka draws a foul just outside the box.
A great vision to switch the field there and open things up. Now I got a dangerous free kick on top of the 18. Looks like Brown wants it.
Brown, Herzog, and Mafeka congregating together. Jaquan wants to be a part of the conversation, and now Peckmick will tell him to beat it. What are you guys talking about over here?
Yeah, what player are you setting up?
Brown and Herzog, the two forwards, stand over it from just outside the box here in the 75th minute. It'll be Herzog. No, Brown. And Brown to the corner, just wide of the nets.
That was a great effort. Good bending ball, just not quite there. The goalkeeper may have had it covered. He did a good job to get over there.
So we'll keep it knotted up 2 apiece. Tulsa equalized in the 60th minute on a goal by Rodrigo da Costa.
I imagine we're going to start seeing some subs here soon, and it's about the right time.
Not sure we've seen a game go this deep without a single sub on either side. Not that I can remember from any of the home matches over the last couple years at least.
Mendiola's been working pretty hard out there on that side.
And it does seem like Sam Gleedle is standing at midfield. He is poised to come in, and you're probably right, probably for Mendiola. Richard steps up, wins it in the midfield, finds Mendiola. Over to Kisipli. Now Richards. Mafeka there trying to center it. And Tulsa able to clear it out of harm's way.
Well, it just feels like Reno's got another goal in them. They're having the run of play. Tulsa seems to be dropping off a little bit.
Here's DaCosta. DaCosta trying to knife his way in between 2 defenders. And Lacroix caught the foot of him from just outside the box. And he is loading it up, but that is going to be a heck of an opportunity now for Tulsa.
Yeah, great bit of skill from DaCosta there to earn the free kick.
DaCosta, his 4th goal of the year back in the 60th. He also is tied for first in the USL with 6 assists on the season. The Tulsa attack, which is now tied for the league lead with 21 goals. Tied with the Red Bulls 2, who also have 21 goals on the season.
Yeah, they're having a great season. They're starting to run away at the top there. I think they're 6-1-1.
Yeah, comfortably at the top of the Eastern Conference at 6-1-1 with 19 points. DaCosta blasts it, and it's knocked away by Kasipli. Actually didn't see this earlier, but Tulsa has made one substitution. Akil Barrett is into the game. Brian Brown gets around to the edge. Out to Marino, slid in his way. And Tulsa able to defend.
Tulsa's doing a much better job of defending, getting better pressure, not making things as easy.
Barrett had replaced Manny Gonzalez, and now Sam Gleedle, who we had talked about as a possible substitution, he is now come on, and Raul Mendiola's night is over.
Yeah, I could see he was working hard tonight, so looked like he was getting a little tired. In that first half, that right side was open, so there was a lot of action. And Sam has a goal this season. Let's see, maybe he'll get another one.
Gleedle was able to score in that 3-3 draw against Oklahoma City back on March 30th. Mafeka able to get it in there for Brown, but he couldn't turn and finish. And Tulsa clears back to midfield, but Reno, a lot of blue jerseys.
Another good run down the right with a dangerous cross. Too bad Brown couldn't get a hold of that one.
Gleedle finds Mafeka. And Herzog just slipped in the box.
Well, Gleedle's come on and been effective over on the right-hand side. He's added some energy over there.
Final 10 minutes of regulation here tonight at Greater Nevada Fields. Be sure to tune in on Wednesday, May 8th at 5 o'clock Pacific time for the USL Championship Game of the Week on ESPN2, showcasing the Tampa Bay Rowdies traveling to the Music City to take on Nashville SC in a contest featuring two playoff hopefuls. It's the week's best match on the Game of the Week, May 8th at 5 o'clock Pacific time on ESPN2. Sam Gleedle working that right side. Back to Richards. Nice ball in by Kasipli to Mafeka, and it's ricocheted off the foot of Brown as Reno with another dangerous opportunity there in goal, and they'll quickly put it in from the corner. Kasipli with a racing Richards come barreling in. Can't get there. Gleedle taken down. And Tulsa clears. Back out to midfield as Seymour tried to strip it away from DaCosta.
And once Tulsa's defense is set up in there, they got some tall trees there in the middle. It's going to be hard to get head goals on those guys.
Looks like Sergio Rivas will enter for Reno. And Akil Barrett will come in for Christian Altamirano. Silva is also going to come off for Tulsa.
And Rivas.
And Toby Uzo is in for Silva. So a flurry of substitutions here for the final push. Rivas and Gleedle in for Reno. Barrett and Uzo in for Tulsa. And a corner kick coming for the Roughnecks. As a very worn out Rodrigo de Silva trots towards the corner. And this is where you hope that elevation can help Reno as a team from Tulsa comes in and has a hard time here in the final minutes. But a chance here for Rodrigo de Silva. And Marcinkowski able to pull it down. Always dangerous to see Tulsa getting those chances late. They are an exceptional team in the air. Reno trying to flip the field. Here's Rivas giving chase, and that one cleared away by Ajayqua. Rivas with space. And Herzog was there trying to one-time it. And we'll stay tied at 2 here as we go into the final 5 minutes of regulation.
I think Tulsa will probably be happy to get a point out of this game, walk away. I think Reno will feel disappointed if they can't get another goal and come away with 3 points.
A draw would drop Reno from 5th to 7th in the USL Western Conference, while a draw for Tulsa would bring them into a first-place tie with Portland's. Big difference as the yellow card comes out against Reno. 3 points for Reno 1868 would vault them up into a tie for first with Portland's. That's what's at stake here in the final 5 minutes. A huge difference.
Huge difference. It all comes down to the teams that just aren't doing well away from home. So just getting a point right now in the conference is a huge deal. If you can just keep winning at home. But if you can come away with 3 away from home, it puts you in really good shape. And it gives you a chance to start running away with the conference, as you've seen New York has done on their side. You know, they're getting the wins away from home, and it's made a huge difference.
New York idled tonight, but a 5-0 win over Bethlehem in the midweek. Here's DaCosta. Cleared out by Herzog.
But it is still early in the season, and a lot can happen.
Not even a third of the way through. Reno was able to find a late goal in their last home match against New Mexico. Came in the 89th minute as Duke Lacroix had his first goal of the year. Can Reno find some magic here late tonight? They had the game's first goal in the 29th minute, and then took a 2-1 lead in the stoppage time in the first half. Both goals by Corey Herzog. Brian Brown trying to get away from a couple defenders there and puts a shot on goal, but a whistle came against Reno first.
Yeah, Brown just trying to dribble through a crowd there and didn't work out. Needed to find somebody.
Here's Barrett. Nice ball in for DaCosta. Carroll got to it.
Yeah, nice crafty little play from Barrett. Get that ball to DaCosta.
A lot can happen here in the final minutes. A Jaquan centers, and Marcinkowski gets in front of it. Dangerous ball there from Tulsa. Now Brian Brown trying to put on a move. But Tulsa very quickly with 7 defenders back to defend goal. They will not easily allow a counterattack. Here's Brown, sends it wide for Rivas. And Rivas hit it right into the hands of Steinahar. But boy, that last possession for Tulsa, as Uzo came in and nearly found the go-ahead goal for Tulsa in the final moments, but Marcinkowski able to knock it down out of trouble.
Yeah, Tulsa tonight, just when you think they're not going to do anything, they seem to just, within a couple seconds, turn it on and get you in trouble. Almost got one there.
Reno will make another substitution here in the final minutes. And Danny Mazovsky is going to come in for Corey Herzog.
Great game for Herzog. He should feel happy about his night.
See what kind of stoppage time gets added here. It'll be a 3-minute ad here to see if somebody can come away with 3 points. Clementa out to Brown. Some space for Gleadle. And Gleadle is upended. No whistle, though, against McKinday, who did well to defend a run there from Sam Gleadle.
Yeah, just got a touch on the ball to keep it from being a foul. But that was a big tackle.
McKinday is banged up, holding his chest after taking contact there from Gleadle. Richards heads it forward. Rivas. Over to Seymour. Now Richards. Halfway through stoppage time. Lot of jerseys to go through as they stack them up in the box for Tulsa, and they'll clear it all the way back to Marcinkowski. Reno will try and organize one more time.
Yeah, now with very little time, they need to get that ball in the box when they have that chance.
Too much on that one from Carroll, and that's going to take off a lot of clock.
Yeah, Lacroix would have been better playing the ball into the box and hoping to get something out of it.
Steinahar will take his time.
Yeah, he's not in a hurry to take a point home.
And he sends it all the way back to Marcinkowski. Does Reno have enough time here? Into Rivas. Finds Brian Brown, and Brown took a crack at it. It was too wide. He had Mizovsky on his right, but Brown had some space, and that just might about do it.
Yeah, that was our last chance at a goal there for Brown, and again over the top. He's had some good looks tonight. Unfortunately, he hasn't been able to stick it on goal.
Play continues as Reno wants to try and push it forward one more time, and they won't get the opportunity as the final whistle comes. And a hard-fought battle here tonight in downtown Reno will end in a draw. A 2-2 finish as Reno and Tulsa will take home a point apiece in what turned into a pretty tough battle between two of the top teams in the Western Conference. And with that result, Tulsa is now in a tie for first place. The Roughnecks at 15 points on the season. For Reno, they will drop now to a tie for 7th place with Fresno. Reno now to 3, 2, and 4 at 13 points in what is a very jumbled Western Conference. No surprise how early it is in the year. And another draw here tonight. Unfortunately for Reno, could not find a goal in the second half. But I think really you have to take away it's a very hard-fought match on both sides.
It is, and Reno's going to just be disappointed in their defensive slip-ups. That's where they're going to go back and look at the chalkboard and go, yeah, those are the things we need to fix, is not giving up those goals after taking a lead, as we were discussing earlier in those other games. And so they've got some work to do there. But they have a great defense back there, just getting a little more organized as the season progresses. But I think this team, is definitely a team they'll be there for in the playoffs, and we'll see them go forward.
All right, let's go down to Nevada Sportsnet's Julian Delgadio, who's down on the field.
That's right, guys. I'm with Corey Herzog, 1 goal shy of the hat trick. The first 2 goals you scored as a Reno 1868 player. How special is that?
Yeah, it's good to finally get on the board and just be able to get that first one, and just hopefully we can. Unfortunately, we couldn't get the 3 points, but keep that confidence going in the next one.
Still walk away with 1 point, though. What's the biggest takeaway from a game like this? It seemed like you guys really dominated time of possession in the first half and just couldn't find that.
I mean, we just need to either keep a shutout at home or finish more opportunities. We need to come out with 3 points at home all the time. So it's unfortunate we lost 2 points tonight, but it's still a point, and it's early in the season, but we'd prefer 3.
And I know you're playing in front of your family tonight. How special is it to just be able to put 2 goals there and show the family?
Yeah, I mean, I play every game and every day for them, so it's really important to me to be able to prove to them that this is what I love to do, and I do it for them.
Cool. Congrats. Thanks again. Back up to you guys.
All right, big night for Corey Herzog. 2 goals in the 29th and in stoppage time in the first half. The USL veteran, his first 2 goals in a Reno 1868 uniform, and that was all that Reno would muster here in this one tonight. A 2-2 draw against the Roughnecks. We'll take a quick break, come back and show you the highlights, and then wrap it up right after this. Back here inside Greater Nevada Field, some autographs and pictures for some fans with 1868 fullback Duke Lacroix, who was the hero in the home match a couple weeks ago against New Mexico. And here tonight, a 2-2 draw between Reno and Tulsa. Let's take a look at the highlights, and we'll start in stoppage time of the first half. Raul Mendiola got it going, and a great combination from Lindo Mafeka into Corey Herzog as he capped off his 2-goal performance, and that would hold until the 60th minute when the Roughnecks would get the equalizer, a ball into Rodrigo DaCosta from Manny Gonzalez, and DaCosta would finish for his 4th goal of the season. And both teams had some chances late, including this one from Tulsa. This one certainly made Reno sweat as Toby Uzo coming off the bench with a chance to one-time one there in front of JT Marcinkowski, but he was able to come up with a big save in the final seconds to preserve at least 1 point for Reno. And you heard Corey Herzog. They don't want to come away and give away 2 points as they see it here at home, and that's happened now in a couple of matches. But in the end, 1 point still in the right direction. And look, this Tulsa team, it's a resurgent club that has proven now in the first 10 games of the year, 9 games of the season, to be a team to be reckoned with in the Western Conference.
Yeah, they're a brand new team with a new head coach, and he's doing a good job. He's trying to find his ways, doing different systems of play at each game, trying to find what's best for him. Tonight, I'm glad they stepped it up in the second half and went into the 4-4-2. You could tell that changed the game for them. But yeah, they'll be in the running as well as, just this is a tight group in this conference.
So there you have it here tonight inside Greater Nevada Field, a 2-2 draw as Reno will now look to gain some points on the road. They will play their next 2 matches away from Greater Nevada Field. Up next, they'll play on May 11th in Sacramento. Then the week after that, they'll play in Tacoma. Reno back at home June 1st against Las Vegas. A kickoff that will be at 7:30. The pregame festivities will start at 7:15. We'll have the telecast for you here on Nevada Sports Net starting at 7:30. Our next broadcast, though, will come a week from tonight as the Reno Aces return back home as they will start a 9-game homestand. Reno will play host to the Salt Lake Bees with the first pitch at 6:35. We'll have the coverage starting at 6:30. Want to thank you all for joining us here tonight inside Greater Nevada Field. It was a great atmosphere, but in the end, a 2-2 draw between Reno 1868 and the Tulsa Roughnecks. Want to thank our entire crew for all of their hard work tonight. For Julian Delgadio down on the field, Brian Slusser filling in tonight for Colin Tabor. Glad to have you aboard. I'm Alex Margulies saying so long from downtown Reno. Thanks so much for watching United Soccer League action here on Nevada Sports Net. Good night.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.